This is Legal Jam Letter Rule 4. Rule 4 is 4. What is the 4? The role of the 4 in jamming. The 4 in Major Town and the 4 in Blues Town. So now, what about that 4? Well, it is a great thing, and it's also a dangerous thing. I'll tell you why. The 4th, which we all know as 4, can be absolutely fantastic in the greatest places. It is, for example, it is great in a minor chord. But in a major chord, it's scary. Why? Because the major chord uses the 3rd. And in between the 3rd and the 4th is nothing. It's a half step. So close, touching each other. So you think, well, any kind of major would be so close, it would sound kind of bing. Right, you are right. But in a minor 3rd, in a minor chord, like this, bing, you would have a whole step in between the 3rd and the 4th. There would be a whole step, there'd be something in between the 3rd and 4th. Because in between the 3rd and 4th, there is a whole step, because a minor 3rd to a 4th is a whole step. But a 3rd touches each other, and so it is dissonances, dissonant like dissonances like, because it's a half step away. That is kind of like, remember we were going all the way back into the major town and we had major 7 and it was a half step away. It was like king, 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 king. But then we would put that 3 and 5, the regular major chord on with that major 7, it sounded okay. There is nothing I can do in a major chord, not a minor, with that whole step away. But in a major, I gotta do something. In a major, I gotta do something. But this is what I have to do. I have to not play it. In a major, no, don't play it. Why? Because it sounds like this. You're in a major now, okay? So here, major. D will be the 4. G. Listen to this. I'm gonna play it. I don't think so. I'll play it right in between here. In between the major 3rd and the 4th. That's what I was just saying, right? In between the major 3rd and the 4th is touching each other. So it's going to be squishy. Right? Even with the bass. Listen, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's squishy. The 3rd and the 4th together. So I'm saying in a major, the 4 is not a good legal jam letter. In fact, it's illegal. In a major. Here, major. Here, wait, say. I'm just playing the 3rd and the 4th. It's not right. Because why? It's not right. Why? It's not right. It's not right. It's not right because of the squishing. Here, let me put the 5th in there. It's not that it's bad. It's just not a good jam letter to land on, because you're playing in like F here. You're playing all the letters of the F chord, and then all of a sudden you play you're playing the 1 and the 3 and the 5 and the 8. You're just having a great time, and then all of a sudden you decide to play the 4. Wait a minute, something's wrong here. What's not? Something's wrong in this room. Because you're playing the 4 in a major. Don't play the 4 in A major. Don't play it. No 4 in a major. That is part of rule 4. Do not, wait a minute, I actually worked on this chord. Do not play a chord of 4 in a major. Do not. Do not play a chord in a major. All right, here's the full major. Okay, and I'll play the 4 in it. It's not that it's bad, but just believe me, it's not good. It doesn't sound, in a major, it doesn't sound good. But I did say earlier that in a minor, it does sound good. So it does sound good in a minor. Why? The greatest thing about this is it already sounds good in the minor because the cool thing, all right, so you're looking at it this way. This is a 4th, right? So this 4th touching is not good, right? But if I go to a minor 3rd in a minor chord, which comes out of Bluestown, a minor 3rd's in Bluestown. That's a second house in Bluestown. There's a whole step, my face in this case, in between. This whole step in between. So that's okay because it's going to give it a little space than just touching with the 3rd that you have in a major town. Because you don't have a minor 3rd in a major town. Remember how bad that sounded? And remember how bad a minor 3rd sounded in a major town. Bing, bang, well, actually, there's an exception to that, but I will just say +9, which, never mind. You know what I'm talking about in these major towns and minor towns? This is what I'm talking about. There are some cool jam letters that work. And one of them is in the minor blues town, you can use a 4. In a major town, do not use a 4. That's rule 4. Use in minor, do not use in major. So this is an important thing because it's a very big interval. The 4 is a huge, big interval that you use all the time, and it's a great interval. In fact, normal guitars are tuned in 4s. But this is of course tuned to the notes I want to tune it to, but that has nothing to do with anything. What it has to do is this. A 4th is normal tuning like E, A, D, G. Those are all 4s, the first 4 strings of a guitar. Those are in 4s. So 4s are really cool. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying in your jam lettering, a 4 in a major is not legal. But a 4 in a minor is. That's what's really great. This rule 4 has a negative and a positive, and the positive is really great. Because in a minor, now we got to go to minor. We go to minor. Here's the 4. Now, listen to it. It does not interfere. It kind of, it's there. I'll break it apart. Like in other words, I'm going to play 1, M3, 4, 5. Listen to this. It's not really dissonant. It's not dissonant. It's not dissonant, is it? No, it's not. It's 1, minor 3, 4, 5. Here's the full 1, M3, 5, 8. And I'll put the 4 in there. Okay, 1, M3, 5, 8. Put the 4 in there. It sounds good. Let's just go back to the major again. 1, 3, 5, 8. Listen. Now put the 4 in there. Can you hear it? It's not right. Now let me go to minor. We're gonna B flat minor right now. I'm gonna put the 4 in there. There's something that's okay about that. Between a minor and a major. Doesn't sound right in a major. Here we go to A minor. Here's a 4. Here's the 4 in A minor. It's not bad. Now let me put it in a major. Major A. It doesn't sound right. It sounds good with a minor. I'll go to A flat minor. Here's A flat minor with the 4. You know, that's a really cool thing. When you have these chords, A flat, wait. Let me go down a couple here. Just for the just for the spacing. Here's A minor. Now I'm going to go by minor thirds. Now I'm going to go to, just for the spacing, instead of always going chromatically, I'm deciding as a formula, I'm going to go by minor thirds. Minor thirds, minor chords. 1, M, 3, 5, 8. What's the next one? Down by a minor third is F sharp minor. What's the next one? F sharp down. E flat is minor third down. I'll go up. What's the next one? E flat. Just so I'm going by a pattern. I think that's kind of cool. Now let me put fours in there. I'm going to put 1, M, 3, 4, 5, 8. Here's 1, M, 1, M, 3, 4, 8. See, it doesn't change it. It doesn't. It's a nice sound. In minors, fours are great. I think they're really great. So that's 1, M, 3, 4, 5, 8. Now, here's really coolness with the 4 in the minor. I've kind of just eliminated major now. I'm just going to be talking minor here because it's so great in the minor. It is a legal jam letter in the minor. The 4 is a legal jam letter. Now listen to this. In the minor 7, which we were talking about sevens just from last time, the 7, not the major 7, but the 7, I'm taking E flat now, it's a really great chord. The E flat minor 7. Oh, I'm taking the formula tonight of going minor third. So I'll start here on C sharp minor 7. Then I'm going up by a minor third, up or down. But I'm just in this case going to go up. So here I'm going to go my minor thirds, and then I'm going to go to E minor 7, just so I can show you minor 7s. Just so I can move, have some movement rather than chromatically. Okay, isn't that cool? Now, if I add the 4 in that minor 7, okay, so I have 1, M, 3, 5, 7. Remember, I'm just making 7s, just minor 7. 1, M, 3, 5, 7. Now I'm going to add the 4. In this case, E minor 7, add the 4 in there. This is where you really get to hear what the 4 sounds like. Listen to this. Can you hear it? Here's a straight E flat minor 7. I'm going to add the 4. Straight E flat minor 7. Add the 4. Let's just, for the heck of it, make a major 7 out of a regular major 7, and add the 4, and let's see what it sounds like. Can you hear it? Even major 7, it doesn't do anything. Let's go 7, just 7. Here's E flat 7. Now, remember, I'm trying different major town things with the 4 again, just reverting back to that, but I'm adding the 7 because I say it sounds so great in a minor, in a blues town minor 7 to add the 4. I'm proving to you now that if you're in a major town, it's still, whether you add a major 7 or a 7, it still doesn't sound good. Here's an E flat 7. Listen to the 4 with it. It still sounds off. D7, it's not right. But if I make it D minor 7 and I add the 4, it's such a beautiful note. It's such a beautiful note. It's the minor 7, add the 4. Isn't that great? See that? Pures. These are not they're not with 4s. Just to hear them. Now, adding that 4 into that, and the 4 is right here, remember, because it is. Isn't that cool? Let's just do it basically here. Isn't that nice? All I'm here is the minor 3, the 4, the 5, and the 7. And I'm covering the bass note. Well, which I could play here, but why do it? Why not just use my strong 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers covering all these fancy, colorful notes? The M3, the 4, the 5, and the 7. The M3, the 4, the 5, 7. M3, 4, 5, 7. M3, great, great stuff. The 4 is a legal jam letter in a minor. The 4 is a legal jam letter in the minor. Great, in fact, legal jam letter. It's a great legal jam letter because can you hear it? So let me just show you this again here. I'm going in an M3. I'm not playing the 1. It's so great. I'm going M3, 4, 5, and there's no interference. I think that's so great, right? Add the 4. Add the 4. Add the 4. Don't add the 4. Add the 4. Very better, very little difference. It's such a legal jam letter. It makes it so much with, and I'm just laying my fingers down, having a great time with that 4 in the minor. And it's so cool because it's right there. It's right there. It's part of almost a walking from house to house great sound. The 4 is so great in the minor. But remember, in the major, it's not great. I mean, you could make something out of it. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm fooling with the major going. I'm going, like, if I'm taking the major, I'm using the 4. Back and forth. There's something there. There's something great. Right? That's really cool. And I guess you have to do it. So there's something that you can use with the 4 in the major too. So I'm not saying to eliminate it, but I'm saying in the legal jam letter world, once again, the major, no 4. No 4, no 4, no 4, no 4. In the minor, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. I like those 4s in the minor, not in the major. It's major D flat, C sharp minor. Put the 4 in there. D minor, put the 4 in there. I think that's so cool. And then, if you make it a 7, once again, if you make it a 7, not just an octave one, but a 7, you have all different notes, and you put a 4 in there. I think that's so cool. And again, why duplicate the thumb? Why not just play the notes? And then instead of playing chromatically, why don't you skip by minor thirds just to make your brain, just to make your brain think, oh wow, what are those notes? The minor 3, the 4, the 5, and the 7 of I'm skipping minor thirds. Minor thirds in the left hand. I think that's so cool. And then you get to know those chords because you've been there, minor thirding around. I think that's really cool. So make a little note to move by minor thirds. I think you could do that really cool, right? I know you could. I know you can. I think that's cool. Moving anywhere, just with the minor 3, the minor 3 of wherever you are, the 4, the 5, and the 7. I think that's so cool. And then moving by minor thirds, if you're moving by minor thirds, even so cool. Always playing the 4 in there. Only playing the minor third, the 4, and the 5, and the 7 in the right hand guitar, and in the left hand, and then moving by minor thirds. I'm just by now. The 4 is such a great note in minor. It's the greatest thing.